A lot's happened over the past week, so let's do a quick recap. After days of speculation, US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi came to Taiwan for a somewhat surprise visit. China didn't like that because it claims Taiwan as part of its territory, and Pelosi's visit could be seen as the US legitimizing Taiwan's sovereignty. After Pelosi left, China started conducting live-fire military drills around Taiwan, and it reportedly even fired a missile over Taiwan's capital, Taipei. So things between Taiwan and China are tense, to say the very least. Today's story is an extension of those tensions. Chinese officials are constantly reiterating China's claim over Taiwan, with some making some very creative claims to get to where they want or where we're ordered to be. This is Hua Chunying. She's the spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry. In her effort to get her point across that Taiwan is part of China, she tweeted this. Baidu Maps shows that there are 38 Shandong dumpling restaurants and 67 Sanxi noodle restaurants in Taipei. Palates don't cheat. Taiwan has always been a part of China. The long-lost child will eventually return home. Shandong and Shanxi are of course places in China. Baidu is China's equivalent of Google. But let's unpack what Hua is saying here. She says that Taipei, Taiwan's capital, has many restaurants that serve Chinese food. And because there are so many Chinese restaurants in Taipei, well, that must mean Chinese food is very popular in Taiwan. And because Chinese food is very popular in Taiwan, then Taiwanese people must feel Chinese. Therefore, Taiwanese people want to unify with China. I kind of see what she's trying to do here, but I also can't help but feel she's making some pretty big leaps to arrive at data manipulation station. First of all, Taiwan has a variety of food. We have many Japanese restaurants. Does that mean Taiwan wants to be part of Japan? In fact, one Twitter user compared the distribution of Chinese, Japanese, and Korean restaurants available in Taipei on the food delivery service Foodpanda. It sure seems like Taiwanese palates feel more Japanese than Chinese, or more likely, Hua's entire point is just silly propaganda. There's a lot of hot pot restaurants here. Does that mean we want to be constantly stewing in a hot soup? Well, you know what, given recent weather patterns and seeing how Taiwan is an island and all, that last one might be true. But a love for food does not equate to a desire to be taken over, and I think you'll agree with me. Just because I have the occasional hankering for some Peking duck doesn't mean I want Beijing to kick down my front door and take over my home. And I think that's what's being lost here, a correlation between cuisine and political ambition. Eating habits cannot predict voting patterns, so why should it be used as a barometer for Taiwan's desire to unify with China?